Okay, so we are going to transition now to our final guest. Actually, two guests. Iris and Kathy are representing Talanton. I knew nothing of Talanton until a few months ago, and I got to be with them at their in-person conference, and I felt instantly like family. This is one of the most compelling groups of people I've been around, and we're going to get to hear about their work with impact investing. If that's a new word for you, Iris is going to explain what it means. It was new to me. And just like all things that women doing well, if you have the question, so does someone else. And so we're going to hear about impact investing and specifically about their work. So Iris, will you tell us a little more?
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity to join all of you. I'm going to share my screen if that's all right. And let's see here. I just want to share with you my family. I was telling David that I don't have teenagers yet, but it will be upon me sooner than I think. So I have my 8-year-old Chanan, who's to the left right there. He's 8 years old and he's a soccer player. I am that soccer mom that stands on the sidelines every weekend thinking that I'm going to just be calm and encouraging. And then, by the end of the game, I'm really into it and maybe yelling just a little bit. If any of you have been that soccer mom or that soccer parent, and I know some of you have on this, you can give me a like on that one so I don't feel like I'm the only one doing that. My other son, Xavier, on the right there, he's an amazing drummer, and actually today is his birthday, and he turned 7. So I am very grateful to God for him. And my family, we live in Boston. My husband, Henry, he's a quantum physicist, and I don't know what that means, but he is very smart. They say smart here in Boston. So my story towards impact investing began on a bridge. Bridges are pretty symbolic, right? They cross from one place to the next place, and bridges are meant to span a gap. At the age of 19, I stood on the most important bridge of my life, which was a footbridge at Cornell University, where I gave my life to the Lord. But I want to share with you what that meant for me to cross from death to life on that bridge and how that led me to impact investing. So you see, I was born in communist China. The narrative that my parents gave me was that we have worked so hard and sacrificed so much to bring you and all of us out of poverty in China. And your purpose in life was to bring this family material success. And that meant working hard to achieve, and that meant the scarcity mentality of taking every opportunity because there weren't going to be any more opportunities. On that bridge, God said to me, no, I am abundant, and I was the one who blessed you with these opportunities. And I want you to follow me. And now I want you to use your talents to give those same opportunities to others that I have given you. And so that was the beginning of my journey towards using my skills in business and finance to help bring people out of poverty. That's been a thread in my life, my entire Christian journey. So fast forward 7 years, I'm now under a mango tree. If you can picture, I don't know if any of you have ever been under a mango tree. It's usually in a hot place, right? And mango trees are in these hot places to provide shade in the middle of the day. But I'm in this remote village in Ghana and I'm under a mango tree. I've done investment banking in New York on Wall Street. I was running now a microfinance organization that was working in northern Ghana. And I have this moment where I looked around at the people around me in this village where everybody knew my name because I was like the only Chinese American staying with them in this remote village. And I realized that what all of these people really needed to get out of poverty are good jobs. They needed a good job. They needed a job that would allow them to not have to think about a hand-to-mouth situation where it was stable and where they would know where, the next meal came from. And so that's why after getting my MBA, I went to get my MBA at Oxford, took a year to do that. And then I became part of the founding team at Talanton alongside my partners, David Sims, Harry Turner, and John Halverson. And Talanton exists to create jobs, bring hope, and transform lives. So Talanton has been the manifestation of what God has called me to many years ago on that bridge. So I think you heard from Julie that we are not a charity. We are a private investment fund with a target return. And that's what impact investing is. We aim to maximize that quadruple bottom line return with spiritual, social, environmental, and financial returns. And this might be a new concept for you. So maybe I should ask a question here for you to consider. Now, if you are on the screen, I guess, or even if you're not, I guess here I'll just challenge you to, go like, so I'll challenge you with this question. How confident are you that your investment capital is doing just as much good for the kingdom as your charitable capital? And you can rate yourself since I can't see all of you on the screen, but here is, you feel like, all right, like it's I'm working on it. This is, not so great. I'm not that confident. And then this is like you feel like your investment capital is doing just as much good for the kingdom as your charitable capital. So you guys, all right. Well, it was a self-rating thing. So I mean that's great. I mean, the question really here is, when we say that all of our resources, we believe truly that all of our resources are God's resources. Why are we stuck in this mindset that we need to grow our investment capital as much as possible so that we could take a portion of that and put it into charitable capital? That's our charitable capital, and put it into God's work and God's kingdom. Because, we're really close to Thanksgiving. I should have had a picture of like Thanksgiving pie or something like that on the screen, but I don't. If you think about your pumpkin pie that you're going to have on Thanksgiving, a teeny tiny sliver of that pie is charitable capital. And the rest of it is your investment capital. Okay. And so there's a challenge for you there to think about, how do we reconcile that theologically in our own hearts? And Talanton is part of this impact investing movement. We are a faith-driven impact investment fund. We believe that one of the most effective, our impact thesis is that we believe that one of the most effective catalysts to bringing people out of extreme poverty is to create good quality, dignified jobs through medium-sized growth stage enterprises. That's true in the US, and it is certainly true in even more destitute places like in Africa, even more so. So you might wonder, how does this work? How does that work practically? Like, how does it work that you can actually make an investment into a company and actually do good and do good for God's kingdom? So let me give you an example. Let's see. This is a company in our portfolio, and I want you to just imagine that you are the CEO of an avocado export business in Kenya. So you started this business because you care deeply about the farmers you serve, and God has given you 4,000 smallholder farmers as avocado suppliers. All of these avocados come from smallholder farmers all across Kenya. Your
Iris,
company
I'm
also,
so sorry. I think you think that you're sharing your screen, but we're not seeing anything.
oh, really? Okay, sorry, hold on. Maybe that,
It's probably on
did you
our
see the
end.
first
Maybe
picture?
try, yes,
Oh,
so
okay,
try
hold
again.
on.
We did see the
Is that
first
okay
picture.
now?
All right, yes,
Oh, good.
perfect.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but we didn't want to miss out on what you
No,
were
good. I'm
sharing.
glad you told me to
Yeah. Go
stop.
right
Yes.
ahead.
Can you see this now? All right, so this is one of our portfolio companies, Biofarms, and it's based out of Kenya. And imagine you are the CEO of this company. They have over 4,000 smallholder farmers. they employ over 300 people and make over 4 million in revenue. They made over 4 million in revenue last year. So as the CEO, how do you steward all of these resources that God has given you well? All of these people. There are 4,000 smallholder farmers times, five people per family that you're influencing. How do we do that as a fund, right? We made an investment into this company. We certainly provided them with capital to grow. So what we did was we invested in this company and they wanted to expand into creating avocado oils, not just exporting whole fruit. And that's what we did for them. We made a $2 million investment into $1 million investment into this company for now. So how do we walk alongside them to impact these people and do God's work, right? We recently did a survey with this company to figure out how to help them maximize their impact. What we found was that 89% of the farmers reported an increase in income. 80% of them reported an increase in yields in avocados because of the training that this company was providing them. And 60% mentioned that their biggest impact is being able to pay for school fees because the company was paying them in lump sums. So they could pay the school fees in lump sums. So they did not have to worry about their kids getting kicked out of school halfway through the year. And then there were some concerns from these farmers. We heard these concerns. They said, we need more training because training will help us get better results from our farms. And then so those who got training were really excited about it. And those who didn't get training really complained about it and said, you need to come and give us training. And they were also complaining about some of the delayed payments that were being made because of macroeconomic situations with this company. So we, Talanton, are able to walk alongside this company and say, hey, we're not just providing you with capital. We're going to come alongside you and come up with a strategy, tweak your operations, sit on your board. We're going to help you to create more impact on these farmers. And that's how we serve 3,000 smallholder farmers, 300 employees for this one company. And today, Talanton, through our 17 portfolio companies, have supported or created over 63,000 jobs.
Iris,
So,
I love this. Can I interrupt just to kind of summarize things? You can maybe stop sharing your screen.
yes.
We just want to make sure we can let people out. But when this is such a new area for people, maybe what's one practical thing that a woman that's like, wow, I've never heard of impact investing. How do I learn more? What could they do? Could you just give us one quick way that somebody can be engaged?
Well, you know what? Let me ask Kathy to do that because Kathy sits on our board and she has been engaged with Townsend from the very beginning. So Kathy, I'd love for you to answer that question.
Well, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm privileged to be also one of the early contributors to Talanton as we got the company and the fund process up and going. I too am on a journey, so I don't have all the answers. So I'm along with you all. We're all on a journey, and we all know some, but not enough. But certainly, I've been involved now for 7 years with Talanton and impact investing. I would say a couple things. One is, just start asking questions of anybody and everybody. It's easy to find things on the internet, but clearly, there are a lot of good Christian organizations that are involved increasingly in impact investing. Come and talk with us. I mean, for starters, and Iris and I would be a good source immediately. I'm sure we would be happy to go offline and just chat with you about it. But it really is a really different world than thinking about giving capital and donations, which we've all grown up with. We understand as Christians we're to share our resources, and that's a journey too. But a completely different mindset is understanding that the invested resources, including your retirement accounts and everything, are also to be thoughtfully employed to do good in the world. And so that's been very exciting. There's also a broad network that I'm aware of in California in the Bay Area, but that's a national movement called faith-driven investing. And it's put on by a guy named Henry Keister and his organization. In any case, they don't have their own fund. They simply are gathering Christians to kind of get together into groups and learn. And I just went through a 6-week impact investing kind of foundations course with them. That was just a small group course. And so that's available too. So there are many other things, but those would be a couple of ways. And again, just I would certainly be happy to be available too, just kind of as I know we're running out of time, so I'm talking fast, just to be available to help people understand more.
And I can attest to these two women are so helpful with the information they know, and I encourage you to reach out. We put